Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, April 19th. Thank you for joining us. Very cold, 30 degrees outside this morning. However, it's going to be a pleasant 64. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for the next 30 minutes because we have news, weather, and sports, and a very important topic in regards to health. We are live streaming around the globe on enidtv.org and also coming to you in high definition here on local channel 12 and 112. Good morning, Enid. Thanks for joining us. It is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thanks again for joining us today on this a little bit chilly morning, but it's going to get better. So let's take a look at that bus stop forecast. It's going to get up to about 64 later today with a low tonight of 40 degrees. The winds are about 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the northeastern side, but sunny skies, so can't complain.
That's right, sunny skies.
Well, you can
Definitely
complain.
I mean, I guess I
You can complain, but you know, it's...
But I like the sun, so.
Yeah.
For those of you wondering about the 3-day weekend, it looks like it's going to be windy, cloudy, and rainy. At least we'll definitely get some rain on Saturday. I believe there's chances for rain Friday and Sunday as well, but we should have some rain on Saturday, which I guess is a good thing. I'm not a fan of the rain, but I do think we need it. So I guess that's really good news this morning.
We need the water, but I think that Saturday's going to impact a lot of soccer games and things like that. But we need the water. Let's look at some statewide temps, if we could, this morning here at 7:32, Meridian, Oklahoma, right in the center of Oklahoma. Have you all been to Meridian?
I have not.
I know you hadn't. I had to ask anyway. But anyway, right there in the center of our state, and then you can go all the way down to Oleta, in southeastern part of the state. You can see that, what is that, 48 degrees this morning? So you can see the variety from 38 to 48 across the great state of Oklahoma. I have not been to Corn, Oklahoma. I don't know anybody from Corn. So anyway, those are the statewide temps. So it's 30s across the state and 40s as well. We have a radar picture that we can put up for you this morning. It way out in western Oklahoma where all the fires have been. You can see the heat and the generation of all the dense smoke and everything has been picked up by radars across the state. Variety of radars from Amarillo to also Oklahoma City. And so you can see where the fires are still burning after, I guess, 4 days, 300-some thousand acres. So anyway, that's the look at the radar. So, well, we're glad you're with us this morning. Thank you for joining us. And I guess school is back in session. So therefore, we get to eat.
Yes, yes.
Always looking for my next meal.
Looks like today they're having chicken legs, mixed veggies, baked okra, whole grain breadstick, diced pears, and milk.
Friday, there'll be a turkey cheese sub, sun chips, fresh carrots, green beans, diced peaches, and milk. I'm not sure why, but I think Friday sounds better. So there it is. Go to school on Friday.
Well, it's 7:34, and again, good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. Don't have the very best news regarding the thunder last night, but we'll get some details in just a moment. It's time for the Oklahoma Minute, and we turn to one person, and that is the bow tie guy, Derek Silas, and he has the Oklahoma Minute.
Well, former First Lady Barbara Bush died at 92 on Tuesday. She visited Oklahoma many times advocating for improved literacy and building stronger family. She revealed after her husband's presidency that she disagreed with him on 2 issues. She supported legal abortion and opposed the sale of assault weapons. Due to continuous wildfires in western Oklahoma that have burned over 400,000 acres, the governor extended the burn ban to cover 36 counties indefinitely. Last night, Thunder took on Utah in round 1, game 2 of the Western Conference playoffs in Utah's favor, 102-95. The next game will be Saturday, April 21st at 9 p.m. Fun fact, the world's largest concrete totem pole is in Foyle. It is 60 feet tall and 30 feet around at its widest point. And on this day in history, in 1995, just after 9 a.m., a massive truck bomb explodes outside the federal building in Oklahoma City. The blast collapsed the north face of the 9-story building, instantly killing more than 100 people and trapping dozens more in the rubble. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
And Foyle, Oklahoma is on Route 66.
That's a
Just in case you want to know a little bit further.
Yeah, that's a little fun fact right there.
He's just a walking encyclopedia. That's all there is to it.
That is Derek Silas, definitely. Thank you, Derek, for all that information and knowledge. If you ever want to contact us or share anything with us, remember you can always email us at gme@enid.org. We'll be glad to share whatever you guys want to share with us, with everybody watching the show on Thursday mornings. Also, if you're looking for any plans for whether it's this weekend or coming up, we do have Erin with what's happening.
Thanks, Sarah. We've got quite the weekend this week. On Saturday, we have the Smokin' Red Dirt Barbecue. Actually, it's Friday. It starts at Friday at 3 p.m. The booths open, and 11 a.m. on Saturday. It's in downtown Enid by the Central National Bank Center. There's so many different events going on with this. There's an art show. There's free burgers at 5 p.m. on Friday. There's a People's Choice event where they give out samples of all the different kinds of barbecue they have there. There's a kids cooking contest, live music, and the Enid Noon Ambucks lunch is also going on. This is the 13th annual Smokin' Red Dirt Barbecue, so definitely head out and check that out because who doesn't love a good barbecue? Then on Saturday, after you get some barbecue or before, there is the Tour de Trikes, which starts at 9 a.m. at the Garfield County Courthouse lawn. The roads are blocked off for this event, so that might affect your Saturday. It is on a closed course in Enid. It's about 0.8 miles long, and the speeds are reaching between 30 to 35 miles an hour, and it raises money for the Ambucks Project, which their mission is to create independence and mobility for people with disabilities. So it's a great event. You get to watch people bike pretty quickly, so it'll be really fun. And then next Saturday, so 2 weekends, just getting it out there, there is the Vance Air Force Base Color Run. It starts at 11 a.m. It's a 5K. It benefits the Air Force Assistant Fund, which raises funds for charitable affiliates that provide support to the Air Force family, including active duty, retirees, reservists, guards, and dependents. So it's definitely supporting a great cause, plus you get color thrown at you, which always is a fun time when you're running. It's $20 if you want to run, but it is free if you want to throw color, but it's only for the first 50 people signed up that get to go out there and throw color. And it helps with aid in emergency, with educational needs, secure retirement homes, and 100% of these proceeds will be going to these different kinds of charitable organizations. And then one more thing that's happening this weekend is on Sunday is Earth Day. It's April 22nd, and our theme right this year is End Plastic Pollution. So try to do whatever you can to recycle, reduce plastic by using reusable glasses, plant a tree. Try to make every day Earth Day because we only have one Earth, so definitely celebrate that this Sunday, and that's what's happening.
Only one Earth, Sarah. Remember that. We only have one. So I learned that today. It's 7:38. Erin, thank you very much. Appreciate all that information. On April 19th, 1995 was definitely a day and changed the lives of many people here in Oklahoma. If you recall, it's hard to imagine it's been 23 years since the Murrah Building bomb blast. 23 years, incredible. 168 individuals lost their lives on that day, and there's going to be a memorial service, I believe, in Oklahoma City this morning around 8:30, I believe, and just keep the families in mind as we honor and also just remember the individuals and families that lost their lives in April 19 of 1995. Well, we have a special guest to deal with rural health, and that's coming up right after this. Let's look at this first, and we'll be right back. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Enid. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, April 19th. Again, we're working our way up to 64 degrees, but a cold start. We started earlier at 36, went down to 30. It's going to swing back. Must be Oklahoma. But again, as you're planning the day, should be a sunny and 64-degree day. Well, we have a very special gentleman with us today talk about rural health projects, and we have Jay Sharp. Jay, good morning. Thank you
Morning,
for joining
Steve.
us.
Thanks for having me.
And so good morning to you. And we have a tag team event here, so
Great.
Sarah's pretty nice to people. So
Please go easy.
here we go.
Good morning, Jay. It's very nice to have you here this
Thank
morning. We are really eager to hear about this topic that we're going to cover today. So can you tell us a little bit about your role at the Rural Health Projects?
Sure. Rural Health Projects, first off, is a local nonprofit. We are comprised of various grants and contracts. And our whole mission is to connect and collaborate with communities to bring health initiatives and education to their local level. My role as the lead program coordinator, I work specifically with our TSET grant, and that grant helps community organizations, businesses, to really put physical activity, nutrition, and tobacco cessation right at the forefront.
We'll talk about the TSET, and people have heard that acronym or that phrase quite often. And you kind of touched on this, Jay, a little bit about the overall mission of Rural Health Projects. How was Rural Health Projects created? I guess, I understand the purpose and everything, but why did it show up?
So Rural Health Projects has been around since the 80s. When really we looked at the time, we were a Northwest AHEC, so an area health education center. And it was, how can we bring rural health education to local communities? The folks in Guyman don't necessarily have the same opportunities as those in the metro areas. So how can we get that out here in Northwest Oklahoma and get that same health education and programming out to local rural communities?
Before Sarah jumps to her next question, let me interrupt real quick. I think it's real easy if you live in a larger community, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Lawton, Enid, communities like that, thinking that, well, I have access to a doctor and a hospital and dentist and everything like that. You lose sight that if you live in the Panhandle, or if you live in Southwest or Southeast Oklahoma, maybe not everybody has that easy access.
Absolutely. We have conversations with physicians where they're going to go where they're happiest. Where's the most active living bang for their buck? And there's not a lot of opportunities out in Guyman to expand and raise a family. And some of those, I keep using Guyman, but rural communities that are a little further out from metroplexes that have things going on. So
Tulsa may be a little bit more attractive than Northwestern and
absolutely.
Western Oklahoma. Okay.
Right. How would you describe the health condition of Oklahomans?
Well, I think statistically is the easiest way. Oklahoma currently ranks 46th out of the nation, which is pretty low.
Wow.
We are not a healthy state. We currently have 20% of adults do not meet the recommended physical activity level, which is 30 minutes a day. If you look at that, saying roughly 33% are obese. Oklahoma still has a 20% smoking rate, which is one of the highest in the country. Mm-hmm. It's going down, so great work on the forefront from TSET, but we are still an unhealthy state as a whole. We currently spend approximately $8 billion in those three key factors, healthcare-related cost each year. So if you look at our budget crisis, you can see money there that can be saved through being a healthier community.
And you said B with a billion, right?
That's B with a billion.
Wow.
That's approximately 8 billion. That's pretty alarming.
I think most of us have watched enough television that we've seen the stop smoking ads on television. At the end of that little promo or a PSA, you'll see the little phrase or the acronym TSET. What is the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust? No wonder we say TSET.
I was going to say that is a mouthful, so
long
definitely. TSET is a constitutionally protected trust the state of Oklahoma put together into our state constitution in 2000. This stems directly from the 1996 Master Settlement Agreement actions. Basically, our state attorney generals from 48 states got together and said, Big Tobacco, you have been deceiving us. You've targeted our children through cartoon characters, glamorizing smoking and what it can do for you. And so our attorney generals got together, won a case against Big Tobacco. And so as long as tobacco products are sold in the state of Oklahoma, we will see an endowment yearly from Big Tobacco. They are ordered to pay that settlement to help offset some of our healthcare costs because, like I said, it's an alarming rate. And Oklahoma overwhelmingly voted, great move, Oklahoma, thank you, to put that into a protected trust. So there are 2 boards of governors that oversee the TSET funds. One is a fiscal board and one is a programmatic board. The trust, those endowments go directly into a savings account, and just off the interest from investments, programs are funded around the state. So here locally, our TSET staff works with businesses, organizations, institutions, the city, to help make Enid and Garfield County a healthier, vibrant place to be.
It's interesting that you said that about just kind of the role that tobacco played. You have to be a certain age to remember the Marlboro Man, and then in certain magazines, it was always this young woman with the cigarette. I mean, it was just kind of this cultural that it was a cool thing to do. It was a classy thing to do. It was okay. But
and the appeal of cartoon characters. Many of them used cartoon or animations, which appealed to our younger demographic. And Big Tobacco, even in their settlement testimony, used the phrase that youth are nothing but replacement smokers. So.
Wow. Jay, can you tell us a little bit of what is in the master settlement agreement?
I think I kind of touched on that premise, that as long as tobacco is kind of sold in Oklahoma, or not kind of, as long as tobacco is sold in Oklahoma, they're going to pay that endowment. Even recently, the tobacco industry was found guilty again of still utilizing deceptive practices. So they had to pay an additional windfall to the state of Oklahoma into the TSET funds. That nearly $3 million was graciously disseminated from TSET based on the state of our fiscal state, that is, disseminating those funds to address the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse, as well as our senior feeding programs for our senior citizens.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:48, holding steady at 30 degrees, working our way up to 64. Our very special guest this morning with Rural Health Projects is Jay Sharp. Jay is a program coordinator. Jay, real quick, we've talked a little bit about TSET, the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust. With that, there's this health living program. Can you elaborate just a little bit on that?
Yeah, the Healthy Living Program is one of the programs TSET branches out and does locally. Currently, we're in 60-plus counties throughout Oklahoma. The great thing about it is we are working in diverse sectors throughout. Our staff here locally covers Garfield and Grant counties. So we are working with businesses, churches, schools, city governments to better improve the health in the key factors of physical activity, nutrition, and tobacco control within those sectors. So if businesses are willing to take on a healthier role and say, I as a business owner or business manager want to see my staff be healthy, that ripple effect is when you have a habit at work, you take it home with you. So if you have a wife and child at home or a caregiver situation or whatever the situation is, whoever you're at home with, even your cat, you know, you're gonna make sure that everybody's living a healthier lifestyle and doing better things in their life.
Well, I know I have a healthy cat.
I have a pretty healthy dog, so there it is.
So there you go, it's perfect.
We're good there.
I know you were talking about earlier how difficult it can be to educate the community. How do, or educate people on all these important tips to stay healthy? How do community partnerships play a role in promoting that good health?
They are essential. One great partnership that I'm going to highlight real quick is the city of Enid. Many folks don't know that there was a collaboration between Rural Health Projects, Integris, and the city of Enid to bring the Fit Club, as it's called here in Enid. They meet every Tuesday and Thursday at Champion Park Gymnasium at 5:30, and it's a free community group-led fitness. So the city of Enid said, this is a great project. You know, they graciously opened the doors of Champion Gym and said, we're going to reach out to the community and we're going to make our community healthy. And they average 25 to 30 participants every Tuesday and Thursday at that class. So without those partnerships and collaborations, our work would be so much more difficult.
Healthy community is our topic this morning on Good Morning Enid. We'll have more with Jay here in just a few minutes.
Yes, we definitely want to give you guys the opportunity to hear some of the news or some of the items that are going on in Oklahoma. So here is Derek Silas.
Thank you, Sarah. The former First Lady, Barbara Bush, passed this week at the age of 92. And due to continued wildfires in western Oklahoma that have burned over 400,000 acres, the governor extended the burn ban to cover 36 counties indefinitely. Last night, Thunder took on Utah in round 1, game 2 of the Western Conference, in Utah's favor, 102-95. And here's a fun fact. The world's largest concrete totem pole is in Fort Yale. It is 60 feet tall and 30 feet around on the widest point. On this day in history, 1995, was the Oklahoma City bombing that killed 100 people. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Welcome inside the Central National Bank Center. I'm the General Manager, Kevin Brisky, and a lot going on here at the CNB Center the next few months. It all kicks off this Saturday, the 3rd annual Land Run Beer Fest right here in the Event Center of the Central National Bank Center. Tickets for the general admission session are $35. Tickets for the VIP session are $60. General admission session starts at 5 p.m. You get to taste and sample over 90 craft beers, and you get a food item, a koozie. There's going to be live music from One Track Mind Band, a bunch of lawn games going on as well. So it's going to be a ton of fun. For tickets, cnbcenter.com, 855-TIX-ENID, or visit us at the second floor offices in the CNB Center, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and that's for any of the shows that we have coming up. After that, May 18th, we have Ron White right here at 8 p.m. That's a Friday night. One of the top funny men from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, now touring on his own, really well known for his cigar-smoking, scotch-drinking antics, best known as Tater Salad is his nickname. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets start for $40 at that. We only have the $55 and $40 tickets still available. But if you've been to a show here at the Central National Bank Center, you know there's not a bad seat in the house. After that, a show we recently announced, Newsboys, coming on June 30th. That's going to be a 6 o'clock start, a Saturday, and that show is going to be a lot of fun. One of the top Christian artists touring right now. Not only is their music amazing, but the show they put on as well and the performance they put on is phenomenal. You don't want to miss it. Tickets for that start at $27. They go all the way up to $102 for the VIP package. And then in August 4th and 5th, we have Comic-Con coming. Going to be a lot of fun. Tickets for each day are only $10. There's going to be vendors from in-state, out-of-state with comics, art, toys, and more. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's a big thing with that is there's going to be the cosplay contest, and there's going to be cash prizes for adults, groups, kids, you name it. Going to be a ton of fun, and it's awesome to have an event like that here in Enid when usually you have to travel to places like Dallas or Denver to attend something like this. So a lot going on here at the Central National Bank Center, and we have more announcements to come later in April and early May, so stay tuned for everything out there. Again, tickets, cnbcenter.com, 855-TIX-ENID, or just visit us at the CNB Center box office. And now we send it back into the studio with you, Steve.
Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. Great job as always. Aaron mentioned something about Earth Day a little bit earlier. I'd like to remind everybody right here in Enid, Oklahoma, on Friday, April 27th, there will be a couple tree planting opportunities for everyone. Crossland Park at the dog park will be one where they'll be planting trees in regards to Arbor Day, and also at Don Haskins Park that's going underneath the refurbishing of a new basketball court. So 2 opportunities coming up a little over a week on the 27th of April, Arbor Day in Enid, planting a couple trees. If you're able to stay with us this morning here on the Enid Television Network on Channel 12 and also on 112, and I'll also be mindful we're live streaming this around the globe here on this channel. Rusty Rhodes. Rusty is the Commissioner of Public Safety for the state of Oklahoma. He heads up the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and has other security functions. He was at the ETN studios recently and had a chance to sit down with Rusty, talk about his role as commissioner. Very impressive individual, and that interview is coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. So keep that in mind. If you're able to stay with us at 8 o'clock, rusty roads.
Yes, and we definitely do take pride in our next segment. We definitely believe in pet adoption, and to introduce us to the pet for the week is Charlotte.
Hi, good morning. Today we have little Magnum. Magnum's in pen 31, and he's about a 10-week-old puppy. We're not quite sure what he is, some kind of mix. He's male, and he's looking for his forever home. It's puppy season here, so we've got lots and lots of puppies. So stop by the shelter and check us out. You could do it. Why are you looking at me?
I don't know about you all, but it's a lot easier on me when the puppies are not in the studio with us. In the old days, we always have the live pet, and you saw that little puppy and you said, can you go home with me? It's a little bit easier to see them on tape or on the video. So our special guest this morning at 7:56, Jay Sharp. He's a program coordinator for Rural Health Projects Incorporated here in Enid. Jay, just probably should ask you this right off the bat. What's your involvement in health? I mean, why are you involved? Why are you the program coordinator?
Well, that's an interesting question. I have always had a passion for humanitarian services, so public health was, of course, just something that I passionately found that, you know, I want to see a healthier community. I mean, I have kiddos. I have invested in this future, so I want to make sure that we're all around and they can experience the Enid I know.
Sarah touched on this a little bit a few moments ago, Jay, about the community partnerships. How can people reach out to you? Maybe they're the head of the XYZ organization company, and they say, you know, we need to promote more of a healthy lifestyle in our organization. How can they reach out to you? Where, how, phone number, things of this nature? What's the best way to say, okay, Jay, we need you or someone on your staff to come talk to us about a healthier workplace?
Absolutely. We most definitely will come out and answer any questions on where to begin to get in line with being a healthier organization or even a congregation. You can reach us at the Northwest AHEC, Rural Health Projects, Inc. We're located on the Northwestern Oklahoma State University campus, room 130. That's right out on East Randolph. Or you can give us a shout on our phone at 580-213-3166, or give us a line via our website, or email is always a great way. You know, in a tech age, you can reach me directly. The letters JWSHARP at Northwestern or NWOSU.edu. Just drop a line. Quick questions. I mean, anything. We're there to help, definitely.
Very good. Well, thank you for being our guest today. And it's always a great topic. It's an important topic, and we appreciate you being with us and sharing this important news.
Well, thank you for having me. I've appreciated it.
We'll do it again. Well, thank you for joining us. Sarah, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
Yeah, you're going to close us out. You got 15 seconds to say goodbye. So.
Well, thank you all for joining us this morning, and I hope you all have a great Thursday.
Make it a great day, everyone.